Have you ever watched something happen in public and thought, I wish I could explain what was happening in that child's brain? That actually happened to me the other day. I was sitting at the park and just enjoying the sunshine, and there was the cutest little guy, I would say probably around 2 years old. And he wasn't on the swings, he wasn't going down the slide. He was completely fascinated by sticks and rocks. And honestly, it was just so beautiful to watch. He was picking them up, moving them around, lining them up, looking at them from every angle. And I found myself wondering, I wonder what he's thinking. Is this stick a fishing pole, a magic wand, a dinosaur bone, a bridge? We'll never know. But here's what I do know. His little brain was working overtime. Children don't learn because we tell them to learn, right? They learn because they're curious. They're born this way. Every stick they pick up, every rock they turn over, every puddle they splash in, they're making predictions. They're solving problems. They're asking questions. They're building pathways in their brains. All those little neurons are connecting. So it might just look like they're playing to us, but to them, it is hard work. Then, without warning, his caregiver walked over and just scooped him up and started carrying him toward the car. It was time to go. And instantly, what do you think happened? He completely melted down, kicking, crying, his little back arching. The caregiver looked so exhausted and said, if you don't stop this, we're not coming to the park anymore. Honestly, I found my heart hurting for the both of them because I don't think either one of them understood what had just happened. It wasn't that he was spoiled, it wasn't that he was trying to um, give her a hard time, it wasn't that he was, really trying to be defiant. His brain was deeply engaged in something so important to him. And then without warning, his world changed. I mean, honestly, imagine if you were working in your office and you were working on something really important, and halfway through your project, someone just came up and closed your laptop, grabbed your arm, scooped you up, and said, okay, it's time to leave right now. You'd probably feel frustrated too. Now imagine you're 2 years old. You don't understand time. You don't know what 5 more minutes means yet. You don't know why you're leaving and why all of a sudden things have to stop. You don't have the words yet to explain how disappointed you are because you were working so hard. So your feelings come pouring out in the only way they know how, kicking and screaming. That's why transition warnings are so powerful. Children need time to shift gears. Their brains need a chance to finish what they're doing and prepare for what's next. That might sound like we're going to leave in 5 minutes. That's what it sounds like to us. But instead, you can say things like, we can build one more tower. We can find three more rocks. After you go down the slide one more time, it's time to go. Will that prevent a meltdown every single time? Absolutely not. Children are uh, still going to be children, but their little brain is starting to predict when we give them transition warnings. Their brains start to feel more safe. And it's actually one of the biggest reasons that I wrote my newest children's book, Chop Chop Lollipop. The entire story is built around helping children learn that transitions are going to happen, and it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to have those big feelings. And there are fun, playful ways we can move from one activity to the next without every transition turning into a battle. As adults, we often think transitions are about getting the child to cooperate, but really, they're about helping children regulate. When we understand what's happening in the child's brain, we can stop asking, why are they acting like this? And we can start asking, how can I help them through this? What are they trying to say? That's a completely different conversation. And honestly, I think that's where all the magic starts to happen. So remember that the next time you are either a caregiver in a school setting or a parent or a caregiver in your home, whatever the case may be, transition warnings matter. Our children have to be able to mentally prepare when they are stopping one thing and moving to the next. Because remember, if they're playing, that is hard work to them. They are working really hard on something. And I teach expanding quality for infants and toddlers classes also. And I talk about it even in infancy. You know, even a small infant laying on the floor, what looks like to us, they're just, you know, playing with a block or shaking a rattle. And if we just take that from them and set it down and scoop them up and go change their diaper, it's the same thing I was talking about if you're in a work setting. If you're working, you're really concentrating on something, your brain's working, and all of a sudden somebody comes and shuts your laptop and tells you, all right, it's time to go. Oh, imagine the frustration. So that can happen as even as early as infancy. So I always tell my caregivers just to get in the habit. The earlier, the better. You can start teaching um, our littles what transitions look like and what it sounds like. And, you know, that could be a great example. It looks like you're working so hard shaking that rattle. Oh my gosh, can you hear it? I think we need to go change your diaper right now. So we are going to put the toys down and we're going to go change your diaper and then we're going to come back and we're going to get back to work or something to that effect instead of just scooping them up. So you'll hear me talk a lot about transitions and I'll be reading a little bit out of my book. Super excited for that to share some of my book that will be out to the public in August. And if you don't know me, my name is Stephanie Swenson. I am an early childhood specialist, children's book author, and I am on my second children's book. I am passionate about all things with littles and their caregivers. I help caregivers glow and our littles grow. So, welcome if this is your first time here, and if you're returning, thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes, and I will see you soon.